Alright, hey YouTube, we're back. Sorry it took me so long to get back onto my stream, but I've had a little bit of stuff happening this past couple weeks. As I told you guys, started a new job today, or started a new job, and it's just been extremely busy. Extremely busy. Lots of commuting right now, so I've fallen a little bit behind on my channel here. Uh, I hope to get back up and running on a regular basis on Sundays. It's just things are going crazy between seeing the girlfriend and working, and yeah. So like I said, I've slacked off a little bit, but I hope to get back into this regularly on Sundays. I might have a little bit of a hiatus coming up just because I'll be moving soon. But other than that, I should be able to keep up with everything now. That said, we're going to get back into this. We're continuing back up in the Shinra building. Basically, all we're going to be doing here is going through, doing a run through the last part of the Shinra building, fighting off the final boss, and then entering the world map. So bear with me. I'm going to be going through a few little things here that'll, again, we're going to be continuing on with that trophy for Golden Saucer as well, which will actually be coming up very soon. And if I can, I'll try to get you through the first part of Calm. Calm is definitely a very heavy story-based portion of this. It gives you the option to save halfway through it, because you're not going to be going anywhere. You're going to be doing everything you're going to be doing in Calm pretty much is going to be in the past. So I guess let's just get going, and you'll see what I mean as we move through it. Okay, so where we left off before, we just came up into this area. Professor Hojo was walking around, sorry, not Hojo. We followed Professor Hojo up to this area, saw Genova for the first time, and what we did is we came up here, opened our chest, hit our save point, and next step is to go into this elevator. Now once you're in here, you'll notice Hojo's down in the center area there, and right beside him is Eris. Yeah, our party gets involved. We're going to resume with the 3x speed as well, just to get through this part a little bit quicker. Again, I highly suggest going back and reading the story as you go. Sorry. It's a really good story. And you're going to love it. As soon as you get to this part, this is where it starts to get really interesting. We're going to be diving into a lot of the history of Sephiroth and getting into who the Ancients are, why Hojo and Shinra are so interested in them, and we're no longer worried about just saving the Earth by simply taking out Mako reactors. Now we're actually going to be trying to save the planet from the real threat. Okay, now you're going to want to pay attention after this part here. Red 13 being the boss already. kicking some ass. Somehow Hojo survives the attack from a friggin' tiger wolf. Mind-blowing how they manage that, but who knows? It's a video game, right? Okay, so first step with the golden saucer trophy here, you're gonna want to get Tifa to take Aerith somewhere safe. That way, from here on out, you want to keep your party as regularly as possible. Barret, Red 13, and Cloud. Obvious reason for this is, you know, both Tifa and Aerith are possible selections for the Golden Saucer date. So you want to try to lower your affinity with them as much as possible. The more you keep them in your party, the more confidence you show in them, and that in itself raises the ability. Okay, so first step we're going to do, we are going to sense on the main boss. Now, if you're decent with this run, you're not going to have to worry about those guys in the front too much. Guy only has 1,000 health. It's going to be fairly easy to get through him. I suggest having Bio equipped for this. Bio tends to do quite a bit of damage to the main boss. You'll see there it did 1/10 of his health right off the bat. Obviously, you want to use all your limit breaks right away, and always make sure you're targeting that guy at the back, because these guys at the front, they're just basically add-ons. The enemy calls them out as they get killed. So, I mean, I'm going to show you here what happens with that. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and gear up Barret. Now you see one of them is already, oh, not dead. Okay, never mind. On his poison, and then we're gonna hit them all with fire, because that's highly effective against these guys as well. They are very flesh-based, I guess you could call it. So, yeah, the fire is gonna do a little bit of damage to them. Bio's still the most powerful against these guys, though. And you notice there how one of those guys at the front died off, and automatically Buddy calls him back. So this is why I said you want to make sure that you're attacking the guy at the back with all your attacks. Focus on him. Those little guys don't do very much damage anyways, so there's no point in focusing on them. You just want to cycle your magic and your limit breaks. You get a big shot in there. Now another trick with this guy too is if you're not confident that you're going to be able to take him down quickly, what you want to do is use Barret's Mind Blow attack. It's gonna do MP damage to the enemy, and that'll stop stuff like that shady breath. It'll stop the ability of him going and using healing abilities and stuff like that on the main boss, or on the ads at the front there. Use Bio. Now he's not susceptible to poison, so it's not 100% effective, but or sorry, not Bio. You want to be using Fire. Bio on this guy is actually very ineffective. As you see there, it actually heals the enemy. So you want to keep cycling fire on him. Like I said, he is a organic enemy. Therefore, your attacks with fire are going to always do a lot more damage. Okay, so we're going back into the dialogue here. Again, you want to pay close attention to what's being said here. Not 100% what's being said, but there will be lines in this that you need to follow. Again, depending on who you want to take on a date in the Golden Saucer, we're going to aim for Barrett only because it's the trophy. Once we get to the selection part here, it's going to ask us who we're going to want at a party, and it's also going to ask us something else, I do believe, but it gives us the option to open the menu, and that is exactly what you want to do. Okay, go in here, heal up your characters, and not only that, you want to grab the materia off of Tifa. So we're going to go into exchange here. Now I've showed you how to do that a couple times on the walkthrough here, just so that you know exactly what's going on. The whole point of this is to ensure that you can switch materia from any of your characters. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could throw a sense onto Cloud or Barrett here, but I'm going to stick with these. Actually, I'm going to switch out the cover with the sense. It allows two of our characters to be able to check the health, MP, and weaknesses of your enemy. Now, I know it seems pretty redundant, but if one of your characters happens to die off and you forget, or you want to check to see how much health is left on the enemy to decide whether or not you're going to heal up or just continue on barraging the guy, it's good to have a second character with that sensibility. I mean, if your boss is at very low health, you might want to throw out a post or a Phoenix down right away. That way your characters are all getting the experience from the battle instead of having one guy dead at the end of the battle, right? So it is a good thing to have from time to time, but it's not overly necessary. Okay, and we're also going to go through and use Cure, and then drop an Ether on Barrett, since we have 8, and he's already low anyways. Okay, and now you can change the party if you want. I highly suggest keeping your party like this, only because of the fact that, again, we're going for that trophy, and the more you have anybody else in your party, the higher the affinity is going to be with them anyways. And then continuing on, once we end that scene, you'll notice the enemy skill materia there. Very good to have. If we had had one beforehand, it would have been even better, because you know that ability that enemy was just using there, that spreads poison over everybody. That'd be a great enemy ability to have. Equip that, and we're going to equip it to Red 13 just because he has that extra slot there. Let's check out any other equipment we have. Throw a talisman on Barrett and continue on. Okay, so you can go up here and talk to this dude if you want. Probably a good idea. The order in which you do it is the optional part here, obviously. Okay, you can run in here, check this out, nothing really happens in there. Okay, and again, lightning is very effective against the main enemy there. Fire tends to be effective against humans and organic-based enemies. Walk through with that. A little fire, a little bio. And bio, again, is also very effective against humans. Obviously, poisoning a human kills them. Kind of makes sense, right? But, not to mention, bio also inflicts poison from time to time, which is very good to have. Again, for obvious reasons. Doing damage over time to enemies is always effective. I bet. Okay, so this is an interesting situation. Generally, that doesn't happen very often, but I mean, it wasn't too bad. And eventually the sleep will wear off. I think it's 3 turns generally it lasts. And normally you also have a chance of learning that ability as well. That's the main reason why I continued on with this fight instead of just taking off. As you go through, I was hoping it was going to happen, but if anybody uses an ability that's set only for enemies, then, or an ability that's only available for enemies, and they use it on Red 13 while he has that sense materia on, their enemy ability materia on, you'll learn it. And some of them are highly effective. So I always suggest anytime you're out and about running around and you might come across the random fight, have that materia on. Oh, that's weird. Is everything waiting on the 65th floor? Sorry guys, that was very unexpected. Oh, this is odd. Okay, sorry, we're gonna do a little bit of running around here. Not sure if my game just glitched out or what's going on here, but it's telling us we have to go back down to the 65th floor for some reason. Morning, Kathy. Okay, so that was definitely passed through. This is the first time I've seen this happen. Not quite sure what's going on here. Because normally, once you get through that boss battle, you walk up to the top level there, pick up the key card from him for the 69th floor, and you proceed upstairs. But for some reason, Barrett came out and stopped me on the 69th floor, and now is telling me that everybody's waiting on the 65th. Not quite sure why that happened. Now, like I've said before in these walkthroughs, I've played through this game good 20, 30 times. I'm a huge Final Fantasy buff. Loved all the original ones. And then when this game came out, it was just mind-blowing to me. And I'm one of the few people that actually really enjoyed Final Fantasy. Oh, there we go. Got in the elevator. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, so it's progress. Run to one of the elevators in a lower level. Hit X on the doors. It'll let you in. You get picked up by the Turks. Now these guys are like the Secret Service, I guess is the easiest way to explain them. Secret Service or CIA of Shinra. They go out, do Black Ops missions, but they also are there to serve the president directly. The Turks are also some of the coolest characters in all of the Final Fantasy games. Just personality-wise and how they interact with the characters in the game throughout it. Some of them are hilarious, some of them are just straight up psychotic looking or sound psychotic, but it's pretty crazy. We're gonna speed this section up again. This game being very story based. If you want to go through and read the story a little bit slower, feel free to. I highly suggest it. Again, this is a walkthrough, so I'm playing right along with you guys. My own personal walkthrough, I just do a little bit further ahead before I come through, just so I make sure I'm not missing anything for you guys. I think so far I've only missed one item that I meant to show you guys in a previous run through. Went back. There's a little clip on my channel now that says sorry, it says, oh, the Turtle Flyer walkthrough. It's little flyers that you have to go around and pick up from different places in the map. It just helps you with, or it gives you some items later on in the game. If you find all 6, you get all 6 items. If you get part of them, you'll get lesser and lesser items. My favorite game of all time, not happy about the remake battle system though. Well, yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite games. I was a little bit more partial to Final Fantasy VIII. I'm not sure how it ruined the excitement, because the remake is still coming back, and it's something that's been asked for years by most Final Fantasy fans. It seems like it's going to be great. I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, no, I personally, I'm super excited to see the remake come out myself. But to each their own. To each their own. I can't knock you for your opinion because, well, it's Final Fantasy. It's one of the most recognized games. Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I know a lot of people that don't like that. I think it's going to bring a lot of depth to this game, having real-time combat, just because the stories are going to flow a little bit better. But at the same time, I love the battle system in this version of the game. That's why I'm glad they came out with the remaster as well as the remake. Okay, so in this part here, you'll notice there it gives you a bunch of options on who to talk to first. Do not talk to Tifa first. Go to Barrett. If you're trying to get this trophy for the Golden Saucer, you need to keep that affinity high with Barrett. So the first person you're going to talk to is him. Obviously, the second person to talk to is Red 13. You can't take Red 13 on a date at Golden Saucer, so you're pretty safe going with him, if not Barrett. You can do Red 13 first if you really want to. Okay, and then you want to go with Eris next. Try to avoid talking with Tifa at all because she's the second easiest person to get on that date. Eris being the easiest, but in the sense of it, how easy would it be for you just to walk over to talk to Tifa? But if instead you go and think about how Eris is doing first, and then she starts talking, and then they get into a little bit of an argument. Well, not an argument, but there you go. That obviously can't be great for the girls, but you save that for the end, and you went and talked to Eris before Tifa, so you kind of caused that. Obviously that's going to bring down your affinity level. Alright, and we jump through this part here. That actually heals up all your characters as well, so you're going to be coming out of here with full health. That way, I mean, after those battles there, you do have the option while you're running around in there to pull up your inventory and use potions. Now, why they allow you to stay in their prison cells with all your inventory, weapons, and armor, I don't know. It's Shinra. They're kind of not all there. Okay, and the first thing you're gonna want to do here, you can run out there, look at that dude, but you need to talk to Tifa. Okay, then run over and talk to Tifa again. Go talk to Barrett first. Okay, so obviously you can see what's happened here. Someone's gone and died out front of the cell, and for some reason you've been released. Sorry, you need to talk to Tifa again. There you go. Alright, so you're gonna walk out here, and everybody's dead. Not sure why, but you need to run over here, talk to Red 13, find out the Genova specimen has broken out, or maybe someone's broken in. Okay, and like I always say, save, save, save. Okay, this is our newest save, so we're gonna go over our old one. I mean, you can go and save as many times as you want. As you can see, you get 15 game saves per slot, 10 slots, 150 possible saves. Okay, do it. If you need to keep extra saves, keep extra saves. It does not hurt. If you miss something, you can always go back and fix it instead of having to play through the entire game all over again. And like I said, these games, 99 hours, easy. So you'll thank yourself if you keep multiple saves. Make sure that if you get to critical parts, you're saving in a way that you're gonna be able to go back. Okay, and now we're just gonna follow this blood up to the top level. Now, obviously, you can save again there if you want to, right? Like, not really any point, but it is possible. We're going to use that save after this one, though. Little fat man, look at him wiggle. Saw the strongest person in the entire world and probably shit himself. Run and hide. Okay, check out that badass sword. That, honestly, in my opinion, is like the coolest weapon ever in Final Fantasy. And it's so simplistic. It's hilarious. I mean, it's just a basic samurai sword, but it's 7 feet fucking long. And, I mean, yeah, it's pretty much on par with Cloud's final weapon. I honestly can't wait to see the, I personally haven't seen the scene yet, but the Sephiroth walking through the flames scene in the remaster, I'm super stoked for that. Now, Now, I don't know about your opinion of him, but I think Rufus is pretty much a little dipshit. I mean, he's, I think, 24 in this. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's 24. And he's now become the president. All thanks to Sephiroth managing to find out where Genova's being held and killing off Buddy's dad. So it's not even like he was elected president, he just took over because, well, let's face it, this is a Japanese game, and like the Japanese always do, they have everything in a birthright situation. Okay, and we're going to equip some materia here. Actually, please tell me I have another. Nice. Mithril. You'll see, the reason I do that is so I can use Restore All. Always a good thing to have. We're going to give her... I always like to give her whatever one's closest to leveling, just out of habit, but they're all pretty much at the same level, so I'm not even going to worry. Oh, right there, fire. Because I use magic with Eris a hell of a lot more, as you should, but yeah, it's a good thing to have at all times anyways. Oh, where's my bio? And again, I always like to have my enemy sense and at least one sense. We're going to do steel. Now beware, if you're using this 3x speed thing, it really screws with your ability to go through doors. Elevator. I always hated this part for jumping in between using elevators and not using elevators. And we get a boss battle. This is actually the first 2 boss battles. Okay, and we're gonna go and sense this enemy. Always a good practice. Always a good practice, even if you're using this battle boost, which is, again, very nice thing for them to add. 1600 health, and he's weak against lightning. Go figure. Giant ass robot, weak against lightning. Now, like I keep saying, it's pretty much straightforward. When you're looking at these enemies, you can tell what they're weak against most of the time. And trust me, you want to use that logic later on in the game as well. There's certain enemies that there's tricks to what you're doing, or how to kill them in very easy ways. And if you're watching what your enemies look like, you'll be able to tell right away. Okay, and as you see, there's various levels to this this enemy, or this boss fight. As you progress through drop the health more and more, hearts blow up on the robot. That's actually pretty general with most robot main bosses. except for the one right at the beginning there. Okay, but again, using magic on enemies like this, they generally have fairly high armor, so using attacks isn't the greatest, especially where we are right now. Barrett's pretty much the only one that has the ability to attack him right now, because you're between two different elevators. The map actually does play into your battles. Like, if I don't kill him with this, as you see here, I can use the attack on him, and Eris is actually not going to be able to reach him. So always keep that in mind as well when you get into battles in this. Okay, and that should bring us to the final stage of this enemy. And the sensor cannon is actually a very strong attack, and that's also a usual or a common thing in these boss battles as well. As you progress through the various levels of the boss, and their health gets lower, they're gonna get higher amounts of damage. Their attacks are going to be much more powerful. And there you go. That shows you what the final, what his final attack is too. And obviously, yes, we are going to have another enemy to fight, but that is the standard, or the basics of the first part of this boss battle. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and use Sense on this enemy too. And you'll see he actually only has 1,000 health. Much weaker. We've already chipped off almost 300 damage from him. Or 300 HP off him. There's another 400, 500 almost. So this enemy, really, it's not that difficult. And you see, even Red 13 can't reach across that gap. So again, just keep pounding these enemies with magic. And if you have to, you can use that battle boost, or just use your items as you see fit. Again, this is a flying robot, so lightning is going to be your most effective tool against it. You'll notice there, the one attack he's using is actually causing poison. This enemy is very good with, uses a lot of status ailments with their attacks. There we go. There's your second boss down. Okay, now when that boss battle is done, we jump back up to Cloud. Obviously you want to equip some materia to him. So you want to hit square at that first menu there. That'll pull all the materia off all your other guys. We're going to be fighting the President's son here. So we want to use poison all, because he's going to have an ad that comes with him. You want to be able to heal yourself, as well as, like I said, always have your enemy's skill on. Now you can switch out your one of your items here, like you could switch out all potentially, and be able to switch out the all. You're going to be able to add more things, or I like to throw the 4 slots on. Yes, it lowers your stats a bit, but you have that extra area for a few more items here, so we're going to throw on Sense and Steel. Okay, so he has 500 health, no apparent weaknesses, but we know that being a human, fleshy type, poison's going to be effective against him. And as you see, his ad is actually susceptible to poison, which is great. That'll help you with taking that guy down a little bit quicker too. Now that is one enemy you can sit there and pound on, and once it dies, it's gone for good. You don't have to worry about it coming back. Or you can just leave it. I mean, it's not doing overly too much damage, but you do want to try to limit the amount of damage you're getting. You'll notice he's cast shield against himself. Or sorry, it's barrier, which limits the amount of physical damage you're going to be able to do to him. And that's also, or sorry, that's what the ad casts on him. We're going to take out that second guy right now. As you saw, he only had 44 health left. He's fairly low health, only 140 health to start off with. And those barriers will actually fall off your main enemy here. Obviously, watch your health. Those attacks that he does are fairly effective. But it also pushes your limit break really quickly, so you get a chance to use a lot of limit breaks. I suggest using as many as possible. And there you go. He's now getting fairly low on health. There's always going to be signals in your boss battles when your enemies are getting low on health. Always watch that, because again, some enemies have some very powerful attacks they get once they're low health. Okay, and a little trick also. If you use Sense on your enemies and you hit the left side of the D-pad, which would be select, it actually brings up this bar here, which continuously shows everything you've scanned on them. That way you don't actually have to go through and scan them again. Also, a very good indicator on how long it's going to take you to finish off that boss. Again, if your enemies are dead at the end of the battle, you're not going to get experience. So that allows you to be able to go in there and get that experience with all your, or heal up any dead allies, and obviously healing up dead allies so they get experience is always going to be a good idea. These games run a lot off common sense, so if you think about it, if it would help you in real life, it's going to help you in the game. check out that equipment we just picked up. Okay, so Vitality, Star Pendant. Probably a good thing to have. I'm gonna throw my Protect Vest on him. Heal him up a bit. This next part is actually one of my favorite parts of this entire game. But we're going to go over here and save up first. And again, I'm saving on that second slot there. That way I can go back if I need to, which I know I don't, but just in case. Okay, we got that second newsletter. Golden Saucer. Okay. So yeah, you're not going to have to worry about any of the turtle paradise flyers until we get to Golden Saucer. So that trophy, or that whole line is off to the side now. But what we're going to do first is run out here. Now, if you did miss that turtle flyer, or turtle paradise flyer, you can go back and get it right now, or before you run up to that door there. You get control over Eris. What you're going to do is you're going to make a right up where those stairs are. Instead of going up the stairs, you're going to continue through the back. On the right hand side by the elevators, there's a bulletin board there. You can go in there and grab the flyer now. So if you did miss it, this is a perfect chance to go back and grab that. And again, what it's going to give you is each flyer gives you a different item. You're going to get a power source, which increases your attack damage each time you use one. Guard source, which is obviously your defense. You're also going to get a magic source, which is your magic. Mind source, which again is magic, but it's going to be your magic defense. Speed source, again your attack speed. Luck source, and a mega elixir. Luck source is a kind of different item. When you raise your luck, it increases your chances of getting things. So if you have your chances of landing a critical hit or a critical heal are going to increase with your luck. And obviously a mega elixir is going to be a great thing to have for your final boss battle in this game when you go up against Sephiroth. That's definitely a place you want to keep all your mega elixirs, or even keep it for our hidden trophies later on. I'm still not going to get into what those are until we get to that portion. For those of you that haven't played this game or haven't completed this game, and when I say completed, I do not mean beat this game. This is one of the first games where you can go through and basically go through and beat the game without completing it. There's a lot of side quests to this game. A lot of side quests, a lot of hidden things. Yeah, there's so much to this game that, again, each of your gameplays will probably come out to roughly around 99 hours if you're doing everything necessary. The Chocobo guide on itself is going to be its own section of this walkthrough. Then you're going to be getting into all your hidden summons, all your master materia, things like that. Like, there is a lot to this game and a lot of stuff that you can very easily pass by without even realizing it. There's also two hidden characters, well, semi-hidden characters in this game. They do play into the storylines very well, and they're not overly hard to get, but it's not all that difficult. Okay, and again here, switch out Tifa. don't want Tifa on your team if you're trying to get Barret. Okay, so you can do that. Go into your menu, heal up people if you need to. You shouldn't need to, it automatically heals everybody up, but you can go through and equip your materia again. Like, it's pretty straightforward. This section here, again, is one of my favorite parts of this game. So I'm just going to load everybody up with their materia. Now, a trick too that you might want to try to check out is there's a possibility you may even be able to make this part easier if you take all your materia off everybody, because it does increase your overall health. But I don't see it being necessary, and you're going to want materia on for the boss battle after this part. But who doesn't love riding a motorcycle and swinging a sword at the same time? And obviously, your outcome on this, what everybody's health is going to play a big factor into the next portion, because you're going to be fighting a boss after this, and your health plays out into that. When you start that boss battle, you're going to have less health if your health is low after this portion. So try to get it done as effectively as possible. I'm not doing the greatest job on it right now. As you can see, Red 13's taking quite a bit of a hit. But it is still fun as all hell. That's a little trick too. You can use your back tire to make them wipe out. Boom. 3 guys at once. Okay, and we're coming up to the boss fights shortly, I do believe. Yeah, here we go. Get off Red 13. There we go. And here we go. Look at that beast. Now, using the logic that I've given you throughout the entire walkthrough so far, look at this enemy, you pretty much know what's going on. I'm not sure why it threw me into a back attack, but oh right, because he rolls in and hits me right off the bat. You see there how the health you had after that run is actually the health you have now? Motor goal, 19. Yeah, 24 or 2600 health. But again, he is weak against fire, lightning, because he is a robot. Okay, and we're gonna also use some steel on him. This guy has quite a few attacks that'll hit everybody and things like that, and some fairly heavy attacks too. So always keep that in mind. You'll notice there that he didn't have anything when we stole from him, so there's no real need to do that. There's one of those big attacks. Yeah, so keep keep on the healing quite a bit, and just keep pummeling them with magic. Again, lightning is very effective against them, so if you have extra lightning materia, I suggest using it on, or equipping it. Definitely a good idea to do. Here's back here. There's another one of the attacks. Holy crap, that just destroyed me. And another thing I would suggest too is when you're back and selecting your materia, switch that cure with your... why did I use Mind Blow? Switch your materia, or your cure materia with that bio materia. That way you can use cure on all your guys at once. A little bit more effective with the healing. And like you can see here, he has a lot of attacks that are hitting for high damage and hitting everybody at once. So that would always be a good idea. And the reason I'm keeping Cure on Cloud for this battle is because of the fact that he has a higher physical attack. So basically, as he isn't going to be, or he's going to be able to do more damage with his weapon, I can use that as an offset. His attacks may not hit every time, but you can still use it as that offset for your other two magic users. That way you always have a healer in there. And as you see, when that guy goes down like that, the physical attacks aren't going to do any damage to him. You're going to have to use all magic when he crouches over. But it also gives him the ability to use that twin burner. There we go. Another one bites the dust. And we just unlocked a new limit break for Red 13. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Oh, new vape product to shout out to as well while we're here and going through some more dialogue. There's a new flavor that Cold Turkey just came out, or just started selling from Met4 called Golden Ticket. Okay, Golden Ticket. This stuff is I've got the 3 milligram of nicotine one. Very, very, very smooth. It's chocolate milk and I shit you not, it tastes identical to Nesquik. Like, it's mind-blowing how tasty this is, but it's expensive. Cold turkey, normally their liquids are around $20 to $25. $25 being pretty much the most expensive you'll see there, except for this one, and rightfully so. I'm pretty much addicted. Okay, so once we get into this part, the first thing you want to do, again, obviously, go talk to Barrett first. And we're going to go with the first option here. Yeah, she should be. Because obviously we want to make Barrett feel better about the situation. Overall, improving our chances of getting him for the Golden Saucer section. Okay, and sorry, did not mean to do that the second time. We're gonna go and try to walk away. That's gonna pull up this dialogue. We're gonna say, let's go. Now, they're gonna say we need a leader. Obviously, everybody's gonna pick Cloud, except for Barrett. He's always been the leader of Avalanche, so of course he's gonna want to be the leader of this group, but Cloud kicks ass. Barrett's just a little too hot-headed. Okay, and now when we set up this party, Barrett and Red 13 again for that Golden Saucer. We're actually going to avoid picking up our first hidden character until after we go to the Golden Saucer for that very reason. It also takes out one of the people you could take with you on that date. And you notice the girls there make an observation on how odd it seems that you've got a party of all guys and you got the girls traveling by themselves. Okay, and we're out on the world map. Now you're going to want to come over to this little shack here, and that is Calm. But before we go on with this, because the next section is very, very, very dialogue intensive, I'm gonna go ahead and end this section of the walkthrough. I'll be right back. We'll set up the next walkthrough section right after this. Like, subscribe, comment. Absolutely, I want to know what you guys think about these streams, as well as ideas for future streams. I'm going to be doing a vlog later, just going over some of the stuff that's happened in my local area recently, and what's going on with the news right now. There's some pretty interesting things going on, and I'd love to talk to you guys about it, but I need more people out here. Get your buddies out watching the stream as well. The more people that I have involved with my streams, the better the conversations are going to go, obviously. That's the whole point of me running this interactive vlog, is that I want input from you guys. Anybody watching these, like I said, I'm going to be trying to do these, do my vlog as well as some walkthrough stuff and any of my vape reviews, any of that stuff. I'm going to be bringing that out on Sundays. And I'll throw some little things in here and there in each of them. My interactive vlog, I'm usually playing games. So you'll get a little bit of a game review during that. As well as during my game reviews, I like to give shoutouts to my vape companies and things like that. During my vape channels, I give shoutouts to different games coming out, and also I have some vape news in there as well. Like, everything's tied into itself. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think, what you want to see, and come out and just join in with the conversation. Okay, but until then, we are going to save this up. And I will see you guys in about 2-3 minutes. Until then, this is Tempest Panther. Blessed be. Have a great day.